Nowadays, when you look up Geo Storm on Google, what you're gonna get is this crappy disaster film from 2017. Now search even further down the results, and you're gonna see this small car, this little captive import from the early 90s known as the Geo Storm. The Geo nameplate, active under General Motors from 1989 to 1997, was a hodgepodge collection of captive imports sold in GM showrooms, with Isuzu and Suzuki being the main contributors. At the time, the Big Three was really experimenting on importing vehicles and selling them under their own badging. Other notable examples include the Eagle brand from Chrysler, Mercer from Ford, and this little known brand called Asuna, which I'll get to in a second. Now, the car we're looking at, the Geo Storm, is just a rebadged Isuzu Impulse. In Japan, the car was known as the Isuzu Piazza, which was a successful Italian-designed coupe for the brand. The second generation of this car was sold as the Isuzu Impulse in North America. The Impulse had the option of a turbo and all-wheel drive, however, its rebadged brother, the Geo Storm, did not. The Geo brand as a whole was meant to be a marquee for cars cheaper than a Chevrolet or even a cutting-edge Saturn at the time. The car did pull off the 90s sporty look, meant to grab the attention of the youth. The Storm's front end sported half-hidden pop-up headlights and a face that made it look like the little brother of the 4th generation Camaro, along with the large liftback which made it practical. The base model came with the measly 95 horsepower, 1.6 liter single overhead cam 4-banger. However, upgrading to the GSI gave you a dual overhead cam 1.6 liter 4-cylinder with around 130 horsepower, later upgraded with a 1.8 liter with a 140 horsepower. The GSI also came with a spoiler, rear anti-sway bar, and 5-speed manual gearing tuned for acceleration. 0 to 60 for the GSI was around 8 seconds, with the top speed around 130 miles per hour, which was rather quick for the time. The Storm also had a true hatchback model, which makes the rear look sorta kind of like EG Civic, and it looks pretty good. Now, Canada didn't get Geo. Instead, they had a brand called Asuna, which only lasted from the 92 to 93 model years. Their car, the Asuna Sunfire, was essentially an Isuzu Impulse with unchanged styling, and without offering the more powerful drivetrain trims. Now, if you do see an Asuna Sunfire, please take a good look at it because it's possibly one of the rarest cars you could ever find. With only weighing 2,500 pounds, roughly, Geo Storm is a pretty capable car in the autocross and has been built for competing with the Miata and early first-gen Neon ACRs. The Geo nameplate lasted into the early 2000s, until GM decided that it was simply too much to manage and decided to pull the plug on Geo. For most people, Geo Storm will just be that stupid movie that came out a few years back. But for car guys, it'll be that incredible GM Isuzu thing. Welcome to Obscuria, little buddy.